on a 2.5-inch rough country leveling lift kit. So this is the kit that has basically the two parts to go on the strut. One is the upper strut spacer, which looks like this. They do go on directional, and this is the lower strut spacer, rough country. There you go. So first step, take off your wheel. Use a jack stand. I've got the jack in there, it's right on the frame. And then use the jack stand and then throw the tire underneath the truck, just because I just recently went to a call where a guy got crushed by his truck, and it's because the jack stand gave way. So I'll be cutting in and out as we go. 3 top strut bolts. I have the liner out so you can see this really easy. You'll go in from the top, but I'm going to go from in here because I took the liners out for some underspraying and stuff. But these are the 3 bolts on the top strut that you're going to remove first. And you're going to take them right to the top. You're not going to take them right off, you're just loosening them off. And then you're going to loosen off your ball joint to the last few threads, like I was saying. See, I've left the bolts in place, but they're loosened off. And now I'm going to hit that ball joint. And I put a jack under there just so it won't flop around. It should just pop off. Just like so. You're taking off this control arm, the bolt from the bottom. I believe it's a 22. I don't have the proper 22, so I use an adjustable. That comes out, and you're just going to hit it from the bottom and pop it out. Good. I've got that bolt out. I've bashed that out, so this is released. Next is you can come over to this side, and there's a nut on the top and the bottom. You can get an impact on the bottom side. Hold this with a crescent wrench and pull that whole bolt right out of there. Take the bolt off, pushing off. Take the bolt right out. Just remember the order that they've come out in. And now you're ready to take the bottom bolts off the strut. Clips there. This clip here and the one on the other side, you take the bolts out. Those are garbage. You have to. So after those clips and those bolts have been removed, you remove these top strut bolts. And then you're going to lift the bottom off, down, and then you take the spacer and put it on there. So the spacer will only go on one way. It doesn't look like it'll go on different ways, but this little arrow kind of pointy part there that's in the middle, that goes towards the back, and that goes back in. And you can, this is your bottom spacer. This goes on the back side of the strut. It faces in this way. So in behind here, it goes underneath these. So you're gonna have to push down and get that in there. If you can't get in there just by pushing down, you're gonna have to use something to pry down that A-arm. I'm gonna do that now. So as you can see here, I've got the 2 bolts in. You gotta make sure that they go from the top down. And then the nuts are gonna go on the bottom side of your spacer. I actually had to remove the ball joint just because I couldn't pry it down, just to give myself that extra distance to put this in. Just a word of caution, your ABS sensors right here, just disconnect the sensor if you do have to go that route of removing the whole ball joint all the way down. If not, good, that's fantastic. You'll end up prying down, sliding that in, and lining those bolts up. Come over here and you're gonna tighten your sway bar back on, and then and then over on this side, your Your steering link, that's the 22 mil. You're going to turn that back on, and if it starts spinning the actual end of it, it's like a 10 mil on there, and you can use that to hold that from spinning. On the underside of your ball joint, which is here, there's a 7/32 Allen key on the inside of it, and your 18 mil wrench, and you tighten that up like that, and because chances are this ball will start spinning on you, and off you go. So from there, I'll hop back on when this is all put back together. So the control arm's on, sway bar's on. There's the new lift, the bolts. Like I said, make sure you put the bolts going in from the top and the nut from the bottom. Make sure you tighten down your top strut mounts, and the lift is done. So now all it is, you just put your tire back on, you're good to go.